Have you ever hit that point in business where things are just fine? Like you're not failing, but you're not exactly winning either. You're not burnt out, but you're definitely not at that fire up level. You're just kind of flatlining. If you've been there or you are there right now, this episode is for you. You know by now, it takes way more than social media to build a business that actually supports your life. Welcome to More Than Social, the real talk podcast for entrepreneurs who are done with the highlight reel and ready to have honest convos about what it really takes to grow a wildly successful business in a life you love. I'm your host, Lisa Ann, type A personality, digital marketing expert, coach, and your get right to the point business bestie. Around here, we talk about the messy middle, the mindset shifts, the wins, and even the WTF moments behind the scenes of entrepreneurship. Because let's be real, this journey, it's more about content calendars and chasing video views on social media. It's about the motivation to keep you going, owning your success, staying resilient through all the chaos, and evolving into that next version of yourself. So if you are here to grow with more clarity, more courage, and have a little bit less BS in your life, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Let's talk about the meh phase of business for a sec, okay? You know, the one where you've checked a bunch of boxes, you've hit some big goals, maybe you've actually just launched something new within your business, then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you feel totally uninspired, I could say. Nothing's wrong necessarily, but nothing feels wildly exciting either. You're just kind of coasting, floating, you're fine. And while that might sound like a calm place to be, for most entrepreneurs, especially for me, it's actually really uncomfortable because we're growth minded, we're goal setters, we're wired for momentum. So when things feel still or steady, or dare I say quiet, we actually don't know what to do with ourselves and we start to spiral. Am I losing it? Is there something wrong with me? Why don't I feel excited anymore? Is my business plateauing? Am I failing? Like all the things. But here's the truth. This flatline moment, it's not failure. It's actually a really big opportunity. And if you pay attention, it might just become one of the most important moments in your business. I've been in that spot definitely more than once. And what I've come to realize over the years is that this flat line almost always happens right after a big season of growth. You finish a huge launch, you hit a new revenue milestone, you build or even release something that you've been pouring your heart and soul into, and then just nothing. You expect these fireworks, you have this rush of energy, a wave of motivation for what's next, but instead you just feel like blah. And here's why, or at least in my experience. Most of us don't take time to actually celebrate our growth. We build, we execute, we check the boxes. And then we're immediately asking, okay, so what's next? I'm 100% guilty of this. I've launched massive projects, I've hit major goals, and then just like that, I'm like, all right, let's move on. It was nothing. And for example, when I launched my CRM lead flow, I spent months organizing templates, building automations, creating trainings, migrating years of assets, not just for myself, but for all of my clients too. It was so much damn work. And my team and I, we worked our butts off on this. But when we finally launched it, I didn't pause. I didn't celebrate. I didn't even acknowledge the work that we had just done. I just simply moved on. Next thing. And not long after, I found myself in that exact flatline space that I'm talking about, feeling uninspired, unmotivated, questioning everything. And it hit me. This wasn't burnout. This was a growth hangover. The emotional crash that comes when you've just poured everything into a big vision, but you didn't take a second to process or honor it. So here's what I started doing differently. I started planning my celebrations the exact same way that I planned all of my projects. Like right there in my project outline, step number 12, celebrate. And I write down exactly what that's going to look like. And it doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be expensive. It might be a spa day, a weekend away with my husband, or even a day offline in my PJs, watching Netflix with my phone on airplane mode where no one disturbs me. The what doesn't actually matter. It's the intention behind it that counts. Because when you train your brain to associate accomplishment with reward, not just hustle, you actually rewire your motivation and you begin to create this emotional closure almost. Now, I want to share something with you I read years ago from Rachel Hollis, and it really stuck with me. She compared goal setting to running a marathon. You have your start line, and then you have your finish line, right? But the most important parts are the water stations along the way. No one runs a full marathon without these checkpoints, those moments to rehydrate, to recover, and to push yourself to keep going. But entrepreneurs, we sprint. Literally sprint through every single milestone like it's nothing. No water breaks, no celebration, no pause. And we wonder why we feel depleted. So the next time that you set a big goal, I want you to think of it in 3 parts or 3 water stations or 3 checkpoints. What are the mini milestones that you're going to hit along the way? What are the moments where you're going to pause? Not just to keep working, but to actually acknowledge what you've done and look back. And when you get there, how are you going to celebrate these little milestones? Let that be part of the process, not just an afterthought. And let me be clear, okay? This isn't about romanticizing every single small task. It's about creating space for perspective, I could say. Because if we never stop to reflect on what we built, we miss the whole point. You might be sitting in a business right now that literally was a dream once for you, or someone else is working towards it. But if you're always in this go mode, you're not going to see it. You'll be so focused on what is actually next, you're going to miss it. So if you're in this flatline moment right now, I want to tell you, you're definitely not broken. You're definitely not lazy. You're not losing your edge. You are just overdue for a damn pause. And you're being invited to look at your business and your life right now with fresh eyes. This is your reminder to stop measuring your worth by how fast you move, because momentum without meaning, it's not the kind of success that we're after. So today, here's exactly what I want you to do. Look at what you've built. Even if you're not there yet, look at the progress that you took. And ask yourself, what's the last thing that I completed that I didn't celebrate? And I want you to pick a way to honor it. Big or small, solo or with someone else, I don't care. But I want you to actually schedule this in, okay? Like a non-negotiable, it's a doctor's appointment. You'll be shocked how quickly that spark comes back for you. Because sometimes all your business needs is for you to come back to feeling grounded and reconnecting to your why. And you deserve to feel alive while you're building your business and celebrate along the way. That's not fluff. That's the fuel that you need. So long story short, let me leave you with this today. If you've been feeling like you're in this weird middle zone, not behind, not fired up either, take this as your permission to take a breath. Reflect on how far you've come. Celebrate the heck out of what you've built. And remember, this pause, it's not a step back. It's a sign you're ready for actually what's next. You didn't come this far to live on autopilot. Let this be the spark that helps you dream even bigger and actually feel good doing it. You've got this. I'll see you next week. So that's a wrap on today's episode of More Than Social, where we keep it real, keep it honest, and keep growing together. If today hit home, can you do me a favor, please? Screenshot this episode, tag me, share it with the entrepreneurs in your world who need to hear it too. You never know who's waiting for a reminder that they're not alone in this journey. And hey, make sure that you're subscribed so you never miss the moments that pull back the curtain, that push you forward. Now go out there and take messy action. Own your success and remember this. You are not here to play small. You're here to build more. And I am cheering you on every step of the way, my friend. So I will see you next week.